What's up, everybody? It's April Dawn. I'm here to do my The Sinner episode 2 because we found out a little bit more information. It's still confusing as hell, though. Okay, still confusing. We join her again. She's in court. Cora is in court and she's about to plead. So when the judge asks her what she wants to plead, asks her. When the judge asks her what she want to plead, she pleads guilty. The judge asks her a series of questions. Why I can't say ask? The judge asks her a series of questions. Basically, you can tell that the cop had talked to her, the judge, and try to, basically convince her that the girl is unstable, that something is wrong. And so the judge orders that she get a psych evaluation. So she's taken on back to jail, okay? The husband is at court for this hearing, and he runs into one of the police officers, and this is somebody that he went to high school with. They joke about high school, just a little small talk between the two of them about high school, and he starts to prod her for information. Okay, she tells him, I can't say anything, so, she doesn't tell him anything. The cop goes to see Cora and pleads with her to please get a lawyer. Okay, he was like, you can get your life back, you can have your kids, you can, you know what I'm saying, you can get everything back that you lost. And she's like, oh, who told you I wanted my life back? That was kind of strange to me. So it's like, did she do this on purpose? Like, this is so, Jessica Biel is really doing a good job of confusing us, okay? Because she really just stare off in the space for the majority of the time that she's on the show. She really does a good job, with the facial expressions and all of that stuff. Because, like, I'm just confused. Like, okay, why wouldn't you want to go back to your life? Did you not love your husband? Did you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the first one there. He was available, so you just went with him. Like, what is the deal with you and your life or whatever? So I thought that was an interesting statement. So now we're in a flashback. Mom and dad are fighting. And dad, he's saying he don't want to do this. He tired of this. So I'm thinking she went to go get the sister. The baby wasn't dead. Thank you, commenter. I don't remember your name. I'm sorry. I apologize. But a commenter told me that the baby was not dead. Thank you, Jesus. Because I was like, child, that baby looked dead. Okay, but the baby was black and blue, but the baby was just real, close to dead. Damn near dead. Okay? Knocking on death's door like, boop, 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 boop. Okay? The mom had got the baby and she put the baby in the bed with her. I think that's what was going on. And she was praying for the baby. So she made the daddy get out the bed, and the dad came in the room with Cora, as the little girl. But they had two beds in the room, so it went blank because he started taking off his clothes. My thing is, why do we have clothes on the middle of the night, number one? Number two, if you have clothes on, I could see you taking your clothes off to go to bed, but why you have clothes on in the middle of the night? And so it just cut off right after that. So was she getting molested by her dad? Because was the dad coming up in there with the daughter that's sick and friggin' disgusting? I don't know, but I don't want to jump to conclusions because he might have just gotten to bed and went to sleep, y'all. Okay, so the cops together are talking. That's really it. The cops got together, were talking, and the DA, they talking about the case and pretty much like it's sold up, it's a done deal, but then he's like, dude is arguing his case. If y'all know his name, dude, okay, Bill Pullman, okay, so him, he's trying to tell them, well, if it goes to trial, we're going to have to establish a motive. So we can't just, although she did confess and everything, we have to say why she killed him or whatever. So they agreed that, he should delve deep into it more, find out and try to, piece some things together. So they allow him to continue on. He goes to visit the woman who was, with the guy, with Frankie, kissing and hugging Frankie, right? He goes to visit her. Now she's, awake and she ready to talk, okay? So he asked her, did you see her? Did you notice her? Whatever. And she said she didn't see her. She wasn't paying attention to her. She did not notice her. And she said Frankie never talked about her. And he asked, if she ever mentioned a girl or, anybody from his past or whatever. And she says, well, he did mention a girl, or did he have secrets is what he said. Did he have secrets? Did he tell you anything, that you can remember about anybody? And she said, well, he did mention this girl he had an intense connection with. And he said an innocent accident happened and ruined it all. And that's when he changed. So this is telling us that Frankie was out there doing some stuff he ain't had no business doing. And then after that is when he became probably the person he was pretending to be for his parents the whole time. he actually became good and, went on off to law school or whatever. So that was, and he says, how long ago was that? And he said 5, and she said 5 years ago. Okay, so we back to the neighbor's house. He waking up with hold on, make sure this is right. Yeah, and the neighbor, his neighbor comes out. So did we know this last episode? No, we didn't know. He's living with his neighbor. And the neighbor comes out with the wife. It's a black family, and he comes on out. Everybody getting ready to go work, school, or whatever for the morning. And the neighbor basically tells him, "Yo, you was up at 3:00 in the morning, screaming and hollering, butt naked, like outside, like, you know what I'm saying? I know you be hollering at the moon and everything, but like, we got to go to sleep, okay? You at somebody's house." Basically, what he's telling him is you need to have home training. You don't go to other people's house and stand outside naked in the backyard and be screaming, hollering at the moon. You do that at your house, baby. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure you don't overstay your welcome at these people's house. They probably ready for you to go. Okay? So, his wife is like, I'm finna, because you scared the hell out of me. Okay? So, his wife got up, left, went on to work. And it was a cute moment. Like, it was a light moment. I liked it. Then we go to the husband is looking outside at all the paparazzi, and he has a little banter with the parents. Then he goes to his job because he's like a carpenter. I don't know if he's a carpenter or like an electrician or something along them lines. Okay, he was fixing something for somebody, and while he's up and listening, fix stuff in the attic, he hears the client on the phone calling her husband saying, "Well, they sent him. I didn't know they was gonna send him. I seen him on news or whatever." So, people don't want to hire him. It's affecting his business because of all the controversy and he ain't even do nothing. Oh, ain't that horrible? So, excuse me. We see the pattern again. We see that same pattern again. So, we flash back. But this is not a far flashback. This is a flashback to when Cora met her husband. Okay, so basically she was a waitress in a restaurant, and she was waitressing his table. They they have a little cute flirting, and then he asked her to leave and take a walk with him, so they decided to take a walk together, and let's count. The cop and his wife are in therapy. Okay, the wife is telling him, she just felt so alone when she was with him because he would drop her for anything, basically. They don't be having sex no more. She would say, "We don't have sex. I don't even know what you like no more, girl." He liked to get his beat up and, his feet stepped on and all type of freakish, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, girl. But yeah, I don't know, girl. You might not be into it. But, she was like, I just be feeling lonely, all of that stuff. So, they had a little therapy. And, after her knee replacement, she got her knee replacement. That's when he started dipping on out. Okay? He left her in the hospital to go spray his plants. And she was pissed about that. Okay? And he was like, I just was trying to dip out and dip back in. You know what I'm saying? It's knee replacement. So my thing is, anytime somebody have a surgery that's like a planned surgery, you know what I'm saying? It's not like she had to be rushed in to get her knees replaced. You know what I mean? Like, she knew it was coming up. It's coming up. So when you stay with people in the hospital, now it depends, okay? Because she said when she got out of surgery, so that's ridiculous. Like, he should have been there. I'm thinking, like, you get out of surgery, you're going to be sleepy. I'm going to stay with you for the majority of the night. I'm probably going to stay the whole night, the first night, because that's me, and that's what good people should do, right? You shouldn't leave the person, damn, they just had surgery. But, I guess you could, in the middle of the night sneak out because they're going to be asleep. They're going to be under sedative the majority of the time. So you really going to be there by yourself. So you're going to slide out, go, water the plants and slide back. But I'm sure that was like the icing on the cake. Like, that was the last straw. Okay? That was the final straw. She was like, you know what? I'm tired of these damn plants. Okay? And was like, you got to go. So... yeah, she was pissed, and she said he left her at the hospital. He leaves, and he do all type of, stuff, whatever. So, we're with Cora. Cora is in the jail, and she's sitting in her bed, and she's watching the inmates pray. Okay, and she has another flashback. So, childhood Cora. We flash back to childhood Cora's sister is sick. Yeah. Oh, her sister is sick. They all up in there praying for her. Her aunt comes out I thought it was her mama at first, but I got that wrong. That was her aunt. And her aunt, you know, says she will pull through, just keep doing what you're doing. And then she gives her a rosary. No, I'm lying, not a rosary. She gives her a chocolate bar, okay? And Cora takes this chocolate bar. I'm sorry, I had to search for that name. Cora takes this chocolate bar and she puts it in a chest that she has in her room at the very bottom of the chest. But the chest had like one pillow in it, y'all. Like, y'all got to be children. You got to be more. I was creative as hell when I was hiding stuff and I was cute. I'm like, girl, all she had to do was lift this little pillow up and that was it. You know not to, don't hide it in your room. Okay? Because you're a kid. They're going to look in your room. Okay? You're supposed to hide it like in the back of the kitchen closet. Or like somewhere where you always have to do chores. Like I always got to go to the broom closet to get the broom. My mama not even coming up in here because I always do it. You know what I'm saying? So she not even going to do it because she don't even want to do it. And you hide it there. Okay? Watch your children. That was a tip for y'all, okay? Yeah. So, she meeting with the cop again. And he says, you know, I'm sorry. They meet with the cop again. It's a story between you and Frankie. I know it's something going on. And I'm going to come here every day until you tell me what's going on. I know it's something. You don't kill anybody for nothing. For no reason. So, he says, you're not insane, okay? Your family is that's how he got her, with the family in pain. Your family is in pain. They suffering. They didn't do anything, and they going through all this with the paparazzi and yada, yada, yada. And that's what got her to talk. So, she says, I met him July 3rd. Come back from the break. It was good, too. I met him on July 3rd. And it goes to the break. I was like, yes, fade to black. Yeah. Okay. Y'all did that. Okay, so she begins to talk. She met him on July 3rd and 5 years ago. Y'all got that? 5 years ago. 5 years ago, she met him on the July 4th weekend. And at a bar called Carl's Tap Room. Okay? Because we're going to figure this shit out like Carmen Sandiego. So y'all need to make sure you keep these facts. July the 3rd. Okay? On Route 6 in Carl's Tap Room. We're going to remember that. Not as Frankie. He told her his name was JD. This was in the year 2012. And we want you to remember that this is 4th of July weekend. He said Frankie all had pills, or JD, right? They all had pills. He had pills and they all took the pills and went to somebody's house. She don't know how. She said he drove his truck. It's a black truck with a white top or a white truck with a black top. I can't remember which one it was, but it's a truck. Okay. And, wait, hold on. He got the truck, yeah. They ended up at a house. Well, how you got there? Well, how did you, and who was there? I don't really know. We just ended up there. So, she was high, okay, apparently. But she remembers the house had orange carpet. Okay, Frankie started to play that song that she heard over and over again on the beach when she attacked him, the second song. She said he was confident. He began to get very confident and she thought it was sexy. They slept together. She got pregnant and she didn't know what to do. So 2 weeks later, she was pregnant. She didn't know what to do. She said she tried to track him down, or 3 or 4 weeks, I can't remember. It was sometime later when she found out she was pregnant. She tried to track him down and she found out he was lying. That's when she found out he was lying about his name. She was Catholic, raised Catholic, so she could not have an abortion. And so she couldn't tell her parents. So, I was like, I just feeling like, you can tell her. So she stepped in front of a car and got hit by the car, okay? And so she woke up in the hospital. She said God killed her baby. She had a concussion and a broken hip, but she was not pregnant anymore. And she says that God, she prayed for hours. She's talking about she always prayed for days and hours. She's been praying her whole life and, but it's not real because God killed her baby and let her survive. Like, what God would let her kill her baby and let her survive. She, so when she saw him at the beach, Frankie at the beach, she went crazy. And, they say the story makes sense. So he take this back to the people. Story makes sense, right? It makes total sense. So we have another flashback. She's on the porch praying, right? Mom comes out. Now, I know the difference between them now. They picked two good ladies because they actually do look like real sisters. But, Mom comes out, and Cora says she wanted to stay and keep praying. Because mom's like, why are you still out here? You know, she's like, I wanted to stay or whatever and keep praying. Mother says God will hear her. And then she pulls out the chocolate bar. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I felt like I was a child about to get a whooping. Okay, I'm like, oh my God, she about to get a whooping. Oh my God, they gonna beat her. What they gonna do to the girl? So her mother pulls out the chocolate and she says, if you had one bite of this, your sister could die. Your sister could die. You're gonna tell her. You're gonna go to your sister. You're gonna apologize to your sister. So she drags her to the sister bed. The sister is continuing to be half dead looking, y'all. The girl still look half dead. But she apologized to the sister and tells her, I'm sorry. Yo, the apology was freaky. I'm sorry. You know, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. I failed. Like, it was crazy. And the little girl was looking at her like, girl, this is some crazy-ish. Okay, like, girl, this is some crazy. Listen, her mama was off the chain. So, and then she makes her bury the chocolate in the ground. Okay, in the backyard. Now, let's see. He goes to dinner. Oh, cop. He goes to the diner. And guess who's there? Damn 50 Shades of Grey. Okay, so 50 Shades of Grey, you know, he tells 50 Shades of Grey he's not coming no more. And, you know, he gonna try. He's really gonna try with his wife. Him and his wife are trying. And 50 Shades of Grey says, you know, so why are you coming all the way down here if you ain't coming no more? And he was like, I came to tell you. And she said, next time, just text me. So next time mean, you know, you coming back. So I don't even know why you came down here, because nobody ain't gonna come all the way down here. You just came down here because you wanted to see me. That's why you came down here. You wanted to see me. You wanted to see the 50 Shades. Okay? Don't act like you didn't want to see me. So next time you come down here, because it's gonna be a next time. Okay? And you feel like you want to get back together with your wife, you just text me. Just text me. Don't come to the diner. Okay? You wasting my time. I got stuff to do. That's how pretty much what that meant. The husband. What is... Y'all, I'm going to learn these people's name. I swear to God. It's only episode 2, though, so give me some grace. Okay? Husband takes off shoes. He goes home. He getting undressed. He's home. And he flashback to the first time they had sex with each other. So they kissing, they making out. You know, he going like he finna go down and do some face in the place. Okay? So, and when she doesn't want him to do it, but you know, he's like, no, I want to, you know, and he go down there and he start doing it. And then she like squeezes his head like she was about to bust his head like a grape. I'm like, girl, don't kill him. You gonna kill him. I was like, is she? Because at first I thought she was pulling back. But she was squeezing and pulling back a little bit at the same time. Because he was like, I mean, he was startled. You know, he finally gets away, but he's startled. It's like, what the hell? Are you okay? You know, clearly she has an issue with sex. Whatever happened with Frankie, JD, whoever, child, it got something to do with sex. Because she clearly has an issue with having sex with anybody. Okay? Or with, you know, her husband. I'm not going to say that's the only person she's been with, but I'm sure, you know, it will be anybody. But, you know, we just seen her with the husband. All right, so Cop is visiting wife at the house with his grandkids. So, you know, his daughter is there. The grandkids are there. He bought the kids, like, some binoculars, and the little boy ain't wanted or whatever. And he was like, well, you know, I thought he would like bird watching if he could actually see the birds, you know. And his mom was like, well, you should just got him a game. I forgot whatever he wanted, you know. No, damn it, I'm going to buy him something that's going to I'm going to buy him what I want to buy. Okay, learn something. Now, he gets on my nerves with these flowers and these trees, child. But you know what? The children need to learn something. So I wasn't mad at him, okay? I'd have been like, no. Buy no doggone video games. They have a little nice time. You know, they go in the kitchen. You know, they cleaning up. They, you know, and all of that. It was real cute. And he says it's nice to be together. And she was like, you know, it's 8 weeks. We agreed on 8 weeks. That's what we agreed on. And that was Law and Order, Criminal Intent. I said, look at you. But they got you on here looking old, girl, and washed out. Like, I want you to be on a TV show where you can get cute, like, at least one time. Because you be looking tired. Okay? And I don't mean, like, tired, like, you know, slang. I mean, like, really tired. Like, you need to go to sleep. Okay? Let's take a nap. Like, you need a facial. a massage. Like, you need a day off. You look tired, least, lost, left out. Okay, and you look tired, girl. Okay, and I know they make you look like that. I know you don't look like that in real life. I know you don't. So 8 weeks, but he convinces her. You want me to move back in? I want to move back in. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it work. So she like, all right. In the end, she like, okay. So he says we're lucky to say the marriage, but I have a feeling he's gonna mess that up again. He gonna be back with homegirl. He gonna be sleeping and creeping. Cause when she said next time text me, he rubbed them fingers. No, then he said that she like stepped back and he rubbed his fingers like this, like, yeah, I just came to see you is what it was. Okay, nasty. So the husband gives a statement to this police officer, the police officer friend that he went to high school with. She's asking him more questions. Okay, she asked about Frankie, and she asked about JD. He said no about JD. I can't read my own notes, okay? He says no, he doesn't know JD. He act like he don't know, but we can clearly see that he's lying to the police officer. Then he says, what did she say about him? Yeah, what did she say about him? And the cop's like, I can't say. So he kind of, he guilt her into telling him, and she says, well, I heard it was a one-night stand and she got pregnant. So, and he sits back, he's, taken with this. So, police officer going through the evidence finds the song that they were listening to, and he listens in his car. He goes to the bar, to Carl's tap room, remember that, and asks about Cora. The waitress says she was there with the girl. She said she don't remember nothing about the girl except for the girl was really drunk, and there was a guy with them. And he says, was this the guy? He shows her the picture. She says, no, it was a guy with blonde hair, okay? Not the guy who she killed. So she didn't even say he was there. So this should be interesting. Okay, he goes to talk to Frankie's parents too. So Frankie's parents, they're all upset. The mom is, oh, he was wonderful. Oh, all he wanted to do was help people. Oh, like, I don't want to diminish this person's grief because her child just gets stabbed in the neck, you know what I'm saying, on the beach in front of a whole bunch of people. So, there's nothing that, I don't want to diminish that. But at the same time, a lot of times on every show, everybody knows that when you're in your 20s, you do things that you don't tell your parents about. She just act like it was just ridiculous to say that he would ever do anything wrong because he was a saint from heaven. He was doing something. Okay, obviously he was doing something. So, she was upset, but she ranted and raved, which she had every right to do. She got up and left. He asked about the band. Cop asked about the band. Yes, he was in the band. They asked him, was JD one of his nicknames? He said no. She was like, he wouldn't be in Dorchester. That's 45 minutes away. At Stanford, he didn't even have time to do this, that, and the other. So, but this is apparently before he went to Stanford, right? Or before he went to law school. Was it Stanford? I just might have made that up. But before he went to law school. I don't know if the mom, Anyway, mom says he was good. Dad gets up to leave and asks the cop, when did this happen? He was like 2012, 4th of July weekend. He says, wait a minute, he wasn't even here. He was in LA working with one of my friends. He have, a business doing XYZ. So he was like, community service or something like this. He was like, I would get the information, to basically for the alibi. He wasn't even here. Or before he went to law school, was it Stanford? I just might have made that up. But before he went to law school, mom says he was good. Dad gets up to leave and asks the cop, when did this happen? He was like 2012, 4th of July weekend. He says, wait a minute, he wasn't even here. He was in LA working with one of my friends. He have, a business doing XYZ. So he was like, community service or something like this. He was like, I would get the information, to basically for the alibi. He wasn't even here. Cop calls him friend, neighbor. No records of her at St. Amelia. That's the hospital she said she went to whenever she had this abortion, okay? Or when she got hit by the car, when she stepped in front of the car. So he said there's no records on her. Remember last episode we said, where your mom and daddy? They both dead. Well, catch this tea. Parents are alive and well, and they only live a half hour away. I said, yes, indeed, girl. You gonna lie? Your parents live down the street? Stop it, girl. You ought to know. You ought to damn know. We in the jail. So Cora, she goes to go back in her room or whatever, but the inmates have stolen all her linens, her bed linens, her little mattress, sheet pillow, all of that. A white girl comes up to her and is like, hey, this protection in numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you come and sit with us? And she turns them down. That's for my H-Town folk. You cannot be laughing at people in you cannot be lying to people about your mama, daddy dead and they live in Sugar Land. If they live in Katy, stop it, girl. You ought to know. You ought to damn know. So, now we are. Cora takes shower bed linens. To sit with group. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm tripping. We in the jail. So, Cora. She goes to go back in her room or whatever, but the inmates have stolen all her linens, her bed linens, her little mattress, sheet pillow, all of that. A white girl comes up to her and is like, hey, this protection in numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you come and sit with us? And she turns them down. Her mother, flashback. Mama is tending to the sister's wounds. They're like, boils or some type of thing she had on her skin, and Cora says she's gonna keep praying and they're gonna get better. And her mom, this is when her mom bring her to the sister and make her apologize. And so she says that's why your sister is sick, and all of that. So at the end, when she was done apologizing, she runs out to the backyard and digs up the chocolate and eats it. I low-key think, I don't know what y'all think about this, but do you think that Cora's mom is doing that to the little girl? She was sick when she was born, so I'm not going to go too far with the whole, it's the syndrome, y'all. Munchausen. What's the syndrome? The name of the syndrome where the mom was like, do stuff to the baby to make them sick because they like attention. But like, I'm almost on the pathway where maybe she could have got better, but the mama is keeping her sick because the mama is crazy. But I'm not exactly sure. I just made that up in my brain. That's just a theory. But that thought did run across my mind when she was tending her wounds. Like, is she doing this to this girl because she crazy as hell? I'm not sure. The cop goes to Cora again and he calls her bluff. Why did you lie? XYZ. She says, about the hospital. She says, well, the driver didn't take me to the hospital. He took me to his house for treatment. And he like, girl, bye. Okay? Ain't nobody taking you, girl, bye. She says, he like, I'm trying to help you. Why are you lying to me? And she's like, why are you trying to help me? I mean, you a detective. You supposed to be trying to put me in jail. And he says, listen, why did you kill him? She says, I don't know. No, he says he wants the truth. That's why he's trying to help her. And she said, this was funny because she was like, you're full of shit. And he was like, so we got one thing in common. Okay, at least we got one thing in common. I was like, read her. Okay, read her. Why did you kill him? I don't know. I don't know why I killed him. I just did it. He said, you know. And you know I know. And I know you know. Okay? And we know each other because I see you and I say playing. So, she was like, he reenacts the scene for you're on the beach. You're sitting down. You're peeling your apple or your orange or whatever she was peeling. And then he puts on that music. And you see Frankie and he's touching her. And she starts tripping. She starts seeing that pattern, right? And we see somebody. Girl, you done got gang raped. I already know it. I already know it. Somebody done gang raped you. Oh, the music playing and he's still, all up in her face and everything. People doing it again. I said, oh God, it's some naked people. It's more than two people, Jesus. What is going on? Then she's like, she jumped out there. She's like, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. And she jumps across the table like a damn cheetah. Okay? Yeah. She hit him like 7 times. They came, took her away out of there. Crazy. And she was like, I'm gonna kill you! Yeah, it was crazy. So, in the waiting room, or she's in the visitor room, or her husband is visiting her. He questions her. He says, she should have told him about the pregnancy. He knows JD. He says, I know who JD is, and I know his truck. They were friends at some point, I guess. And did he get her pregnant? When did he hurt her? And she says, are you okay? And he says, no, I'm not okay. My world is turned upside down, and you won't even talk to him. He's thinking that, I was like, he about to do something stupid. Because, I mean, all she does is like, are you okay? Is everything good? You know? Because he was like, how did you plead? I pled guilty. I mean, I did it. And he like, well, you know what's going on? It's like, she really not giving him nothing to work with. I really don't think she even like his ass. At this point, she act like she don't even like him. Okay? So, like, and I feel like that's what he feeling like. So he's like, girl, everything is falling apart and you not saying nothing. He's riding through the town. He goes meet his little friend at the house, some friend, and you know, he talking and do know JD too. So he like, you know, you think you could hook me up with JD? You think you could, you know, you could introduce me to him? Because he said he knew him and they was friends, so he shouldn't want to introduce. But you know what I mean, like get them together so they could do something stupid, basically. So, police officer goes home to his wife and they have a nice little boring dinner. Okay, he sees the bird outside and he goes up and picks the wounded bird up. Yeah, so the bird flies away, and it was real cute. And his wife was like, oh, she wasn't like, she was like, oh, it was cute. They in the room, they about to get it on. Old people need love too. So he taking off his shirt, you know, his little taco meat showing, and then he looked at his chest and saw those marks on his chest. Boom. Call neighbor. Neighbor is like, he like, you know what, I got a theory. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to find my place in the notes. Okay. So, neighbor says, he says, this song is a trigger. When I started playing this song, he said, look at my chest. How many marks do you see on my chest? Look at the pattern on my chest was first. And so, dude was like, they looked at the victim pattern, same exact pattern, like the same places where she stabbed him is where she hit him in the chest. And he said, count how many times she hit me. 7 times. Looked at the tape. I mean, she stabbed the victim 7 times. So something about this song triggers her and makes her snap, okay, and jump on people and kill people, apparently, okay? Yeah, she hit him 7 times, just like Frankie, exact repeat. So basically, at the end, you know, they show Cora, she's going into the cell. She lays, when, you know, she sees that hard metal bed. They took her linens, and she just sits in the bed, and she lays down and closes her eyes. So, I'm intrigued, okay, to find out what's going to happen next with this story. Like, it looks really, really, I want to know, how do Frankie factor into this story? Because if Daddy said he wasn't even here in 2012, why was, but when she stabbed him, friend said he looked up like he knew her. He grabbed her arm and then he let go when he saw her, like he knew her, like he was giving her permission to kill him. So obviously, I don't want to say on obviously, but it was something there between them that made him take his hand away, but yet he wasn't at the bar. It was this man. JD is a real person with blonde hair. So who, I mean, the husband gonna do something stupid because she won't talk to him. And like, I just need him to realize that she don't like him. You know, I feel so bad for him, but she don't like him, and you can tell she probably never did. Okay, really like him that much. She probably just was so screwed up, and she, you know, he's a nice guy. You know him. He gonna give you what you want, a family, a baby. You know what I'm saying? All of that. So, but you can tell she don't really like him. Okay, so that's unfortunate, but that's pretty interesting. I don't really care about the cop in the little dominatrix storyline. I mean, you know, it's interesting to see that he have these strange proclivities, okay? I do wonder, like, has he always been like this? Was this some new stuff he learned? There's so many different reasons, and some people just like it. I would guess some people just like it. So, you know, 50 Shades of Grey, I don't really care about 50 Shades of Grey. I want to know, why is he doing this? Like, what's the, you know, what's the reason why he's, you know, into this type of stuff? And will he tell his wife this? Yeah, but overall, it was a really good show. It's an interesting show. It's one of them shows where you have to pay attention. Okay, so it comes on Wednesday nights. I'm going to say this once again at 9 o'clock. I know, but we still got 1 week before Greenleaf comes back on. So, I know, but everything come on Wednesday night. But I'm DVRing it and I'm watching it. It's a really good show. It comes on the USA Network. So I want to hear your thoughts, your comments. Y'all know, I know I don't get a lot of views for this video, but I'm still going to continue to do it till the show is over. It's only 8 episodes, y'all, so it ain't going to be, you know, it ain't going to be that extensive. So, like I said, let me hear your thoughts and comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with all your friends. Okay, I will see y'all next week. Peace.